You're all looking really lovely. A big round of applause to all of you for being here today. I'll keep my statements brief. I have three themes I want to talk about today. I told Catherine I was a bit concerned that we might end up repeating ourselves this evening, but bear with us because this is a school we love and this school made us, and allow me to just go and talk through about the school. I want to talk about tradition, and my journey with Alliance started when, actually, I hadn't been exposed to Alliance and didn't know much about Alliance. In fact, when I chose the school I wanted to go to in Form 1, I had chosen a different school. And unbeknown to me, student number 1246, who happened to be my late father, had other ideas. Because when I got my results, of CP results, I went to Lenana, hoping to see my name on the list, but my name was not there, and I was a bit concerned. So I got home, and I was, when my dad came home, he was very excited, and he had a letter from Alliance. And, I had never heard of Alliance. My sister and my brothers were a bit concerned because they thought Alliance was a very difficult place to go to. But I can tell you for a fact, I do not regret having had my father choose Alliance for me, because Alliance has made me what I am today, and I really bless him for having made that choice on my behalf. When I talk about tradition, the same thing happened to my brother, Mbuvi, who follows me, because he also, and we known to him, Alliance was chosen for him. So, the traditions of Alliance, as you can see, people who went to, my father was in Alliance in 1952. The traditions of Alliance are very strong. And I think, as I said, the things that really made us, from my foundation blocks came from some of the morning work we used to do, the farm work, the work ethic that we got from Alliance. To this day, I still work as hard and still take responsibility from the things we learned from Alliance. And I really, really appreciate having gone and picked that work ethic from Alliance. The school anthem that we sang today, I still get goose pimples when we sing that song. When we sing our end of term, how many of you can remember the end of term song, Farewell? God be with you. Yeah? Yeah, absolutely. Those are the things that really touch you and have really made a difference to our lives. I remember the religious education we went through. The ladies might not know this, but we had Reverend Welsh, the late Reverend Welsh, who was very good at CRE, Christian Religious Education. And the one thing Reverend Welsh left with me was teaching us or walking us through, guys, can you remember the infinite knowledge gap? The infinite knowledge gap. And what Reverend Welsh told us is, the interesting thing about human beings is the more we know, the more we realize we don't know. And his logic was, there's a God. And that's where he came up with the concept of the infinite knowledge gap. The Theological Society, we had fantastic speakers who would come to the school to talk to us. You remember the late Dr. Ouko, who was at the front of giving very, very different thinking to us as students. I remember Dr. Ouko, during the time of Moi, telling young men, you do not go and raise objections for somebody who is as strong as the president today. The way you address issues is you make a comment about that there is room for improvement on certain matters. You don't go headfront. Those are the things I learned, through the Theological Society. Remember Professor Dondas, and very interesting thought process about life and what life means to us. Cleanliness, order, discipline. My first headmaster, Jackson Gedaiga, he would not spare the rod. A few people in the room today have met that stick, but I will not mention their names. But let's just say that cane really straightened the boys. And they're much better than they would have been hadn't they met that cane.